Hi everyone, welcome back from 2Max. Today we're going to talk about the newly released iMac, but in perspective of college students and high school students who use programming, video editing, and like me, some YouTube creators. So let's talk about if the M1 iMac, newly redesigned Apple Silicon iMac, it's good enough for the college students and those video content creators. Alright, so Apple released the newly redesigned iMac, 24-inch iMac, back in April last month in their April Apple event. We saw the new design. We knew it was coming. We were waiting for it since last year when Apple announced their M1 Max on their November event. We thought we'll get some iMac in the late 2020, but we didn't get any. So we were very much sure that we'll get a new Apple Silicon iMacs this year, and now we got one. It's a 24-inch. It's fully redesigned, fully made in Apple tradition redesign. So we still have that chin. That chin cannot be removable because it's an iconic chin. That's why we know it is the Apple product. When you look at it from the front, you just know that it's an Apple product because no other company does that kind of thing. So we have 7 colors, blue, green, purple, yellow, orange, and silver. And yeah, so there's 7 colors. And red, of course, red or pinkish colors. So there are 7 colors. You can choose varieties of them. So in this video, I'm not going to talk about all these configurations and specs. I'm going to take this video as a perspective of a student, a college student who does like a little bit of programming, Xcode, video editing, and stuff like that. So is it good enough for those students? So that's the main question I need to answer for myself, and I think I could answer for you too. So there are 3 configurations: the base model, the mid-range, and the high-end. The base model has 2 Thunderbolt ports, and it doesn't have any Ethernet. It's only available in 4 colors, and 1 GPU core is being turned off. So it has 8-core CPU and 7 cores GPU. So if you're doing a little bit too much of a video editing or a programming, you might need to move on to the mid-range. And also, we have a new Magic Keyboard which has several colors because it matches with the color of the iMac. But I would say among all those colors, I would choose silver, a blue, or if you're a girl, then you should choose a pink red one. I'm not gonna choose like a yellow, orange, or a green color, perhaps a purple as well, because those colors are not going to be a popular one. So, but for the basic one, you can only choose 4, which are blue, green, red, and silver. So if you're going to choose 4 of them, the better chance of you reselling that value, because if you're choosing those yellow or orange or purple, one of those colors, the chances of you selling it again and other people buying it are very low. So you have to think about if you're going to resell the item. Since you're a college student, you might probably need to resell some of the items when you don't need them anymore. So I would prefer you choose one of those 4 colors, like original colors. So let's talk about those specs. Specs in a college student's perspective. So you get 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage on the basic one, and you get 7 cores GPU and 8 core CPU. We all know the powerful M1 chip performance. We know about that. We've had 3 Macs with M1, so we know what to expect from M1. But this one has better cooling system. It has 2 fans, but you won't hear those fan noises because I had my 13-inch MacBook Pro with a fan on it, and I haven't heard a fan since I got one. So I'm trying to resell it though. So you won't hear any of those fans. So I think the performance will be even better than the M1 MacBook Pros and Mac Mini even. So we'll have to see about that when we get it on our hands starting from May 21st of this month. So that's for the basic one. You don't get a Magic Keyboard with a Touch ID. You get a simple Magic Keyboard and a Magic Mouse, of course. You don't get an Ethernet port. So the basic one starts from $12.99, and you got all those features, the basic one, of course. And the mid one starts from $14.99. What do you get for the $14.99? You get one extra GPU core. So you get 8 cores GPU and 8 core CPU. You get a Touch ID Magic Keyboard, you get an Ethernet, and you get 2 extra ports, but you won't get Thunderbolts. You only get USB-C 2 ports, so you have a total of 4 ports, and that's it, only 4 ports. Yeah, so you get a Gigabyte Ethernet, and you get a Magic Keyboard with a Touch ID. If you want a numeric one, you have to pay extra for that as well, and you get 256 gigabytes of storage SSD, and then the memory is 8 gigabytes of RAM. So that's what you get for $200. So if I were you, if I were doing a little bit programming like Xcode and video editing, for example, and I want to use it like a daily use, I would prefer that. I would recommend you to choose that mid-range one because of those stuffs. Because if you're choosing the basic one, you only get 2 ports. We don't really care about the Ethernet port, to be honest. But if you want a Touch ID, then you might have to pay extra. But you only have 2 ports, and you have 1 more GPU core needs to be turned on. So if you pay for those 200 extra, you get all those features. You get 8 cores GPU, 8 cores CPU, you get a Touch ID keyboard, Ethernet, you get 2 more ports, and variety colors. So you get all those for just $200. If you are in education, of course, this video is all about education, so you get even more discount. I think you can get it for $13.99 instead of paying $14.99 on the regular Apple website. So if you're an educator, go to Apple education website and you can choose it for $13.99, and then the basics is $12.49. So if you're not enough with that, you can just go to the higher end, which starts from $16.99, and I think education is $15.99. If you choose that, then I think what you get is you get 512 gigabytes of storage. I don't think you will need that much of a storage because for me, I don't really use that much of the SSD. I only have my school files and everything. I would just use an external SSD for much cheaper prices from Amazon. And also, if you need more ports, you can just use the hubs that I will link in the I will link in the description below so that you can go check it out. And they're very nice. And I heard that you can just use one of the Thunderbolt port and make it 4. So full speed Thunderbolt ports. So that's really handy. So this video about if you're a student, college student, I would say choose the mid-range one because I think it's the best value. And make sure you don't forget on choosing a good color so that when you resell the item, you can sell it like faster and quicker because people really do look at those colors. And to be honest, design-wise, we still need that iconic chin because it's super thin. It's only 11.5 millimeter thin. Even the headphone jack is 14.5, so the headphone jack is still on the side because it cannot go through like it used to be. So it is very thin. I think I would like it though, but I'm not sure about the white bezels and anything like that. So stay tuned for that video of me unboxing that M1 iMac when I get it on hand on May 21st. If you haven't got to pre-order it, you can pre-order it, or you can do Apple Store really quick on that 21st of May. But I'm sure there'll be a huge line because all 3 products are launching. Apple is launching 3 products: Apple TV, iPad Pros, and this one. So it'll be a really packed crowd day. So good luck with that. So I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thank you.